Okay, folks, this is a small video, I hope, about one small thing. There'll be more coming, but we're just going to keep banging away at this thing until it bleeds daylight, okay? I'm sharing my screen. As you recall, Nagian gave me a file in Rhino that she was trying to figure out how to work with. Beautiful shapes, and look at these lovely curves that we've got here, but we're trying to figure out how to make surfaces out of those. The first thing I had to do was look at this and realize that these were all groups. Look at that. That whole thing is a group. Even when I ungrouped that, these two are a group themselves. And so one of the things that's important is to work on one surface at a time. If you're working on a group, it's going to affect the whole group. So break it down to the point where you're just working with one curve at a time. That lives here under Edit, Groups, Ungroup. And now I can get one of those curves by itself like that. And then once I've got one of those curves isolated and I can do something with it, I can go up here to the surface menu and pick patch right here. And patch will basically say I've got a curve already in here and I'm going to try and see if I can't do something with it. Those, I'm just going to leave the settings alone that we've got in there in terms of how many spans that I get on those kinds of things. And it'll make that. So it gives me that shape that I'm kind of happy with. As you can see, it follows the curve of that piece. But what if I wanted to play with that a little bit? What if I wasn't entirely happy with that? I want to show you kind of a cool trick. So far we've got that flower petal. Let's see if we wanted to bend that a little bit. This is pretty great. So I'm going to pick that petal and I'm going to choose transform and I'm going to pick bend. Bend right there. And now what I can do is I like to have all four windows open when I do this because what you have to do is set a spine. So you have to kind of decide, I want to work on an axis like this, and then I get to use those tools and I can go down here and work here or over here on the right side or even up here in the perspective window. And you can decide how you want to lay that in there. But you can see how much control you got over that shape once you've established how you want to bend it. And it does a pretty sweet job, I think you might agree. And then you can, of course, say, well, I want to pick a pink petal and attach it to that, assign to objects. And then we have lovely pink. Ah, it's beautiful. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a sense of how you might approach the challenges that we're facing. There are many more challenges and there are many more videos to come. I look forward to sharing them with you. And hey, if you learned something cool, send me a note. See ya.